Hey everyone, this is my first mixed armor set guide to Monster Hunter World, and it's truly the first mixed armor set I've ever really made. Although I think you'll agree it's pretty damn powerful. The mixed armor set is designed around increasing elemental damage output to its absolute maximum and then going beyond that, as well as mixing in attack plus 7, the highest attack you can possibly get from that ability, with critical boost plus 3 and weakness exploit, and an increase to your elemental weapon itself until it caps. So, how do you make this set? Well, I run the insect rod, so you may have to change this out, but this is what works for me. So the Rathalos Soul Helm B gives critical boost. It's the only helmet in the game as of now that gives a boosted critical boost. And I use this for the critical boost ability, which is so broken, by the way. An increase to damage dealt by critical hits by 30%. You actually can't get level 3 by armor. It's impossible as of now. But I'll get to how you can get that. Dragon attack plus 1, I put onto my armor through the charm. This is this as it increases my elemental output on my weapon. It goes from 150 to like 180, and it caps at 200. And with Rathalos Mastery, by getting at least 2 pieces, I can increase beyond 200. I think. Well, anyway, Dragon Resistance is just there because I have nothing else to slot in there right now. But by farming Tempered Monsters, you can get Attack Charms, and that's what will replace that. Right now I have Attack plus 5. I need 2 more Attack Charms, which are fairly easy to get. So, yeah, I'll get plus 7 very soon. So, this is what my helmet would look like with this being an attack charm. Next I have the Rathalos Mail B from the normal Rathalos. This is here to give Weakness Exploit plus 2. Weakness Exploit plus 2 allows me to deal a 30% affinity, and if you deal an attack that has affinity on it, you do a 25% damage increase. This is more useful than just having a straight up increase in affinity, because you should be hitting the weak points at all times anyway, and a 50% chance mixed with the benefit you gain from attack up, it gives you a 55% chance, which is more than you need. You don't need to go over 50%, especially as a fast weapon. And I've put Dragon Attack in there again, which increases my element to 200. And it caps at 200, so there's no need to go over it. But if you was using a thunder weapon, a water weapon, an ice weapon, whatever, you could simply change out these dragon increased gems and replace them with that. Next I run the Xeno'Jina claws, A. This is because it gives a critical boost and flinch free. I don't really need the flinch free, but B would get rid of the critical boost, so you need this one. And this again by here, this is not needed. This is just something I've gemmed in for now. You could replace this with attack again, and this would give you attack plus 7. And I have the Nergigante Coil as right here, and this gives a simple attack plus 2 boost. Now I have a gemmed in weakness exploit, which is what I've achieved from farming. You can trade out this for the Teostra one instead, which gives weakness exploit. You will lose attack, but you'll get weakness exploit, as I could show here. You'll just get the weakness exploit by using the Kaiser Coil A. You just won't get the attack boost. And this is why this one's much more favorable, is this gives you the attack boost plus a slot to gem in. So you'll get that ability by doing Tempered Monsters, but if you can't get that gem, use this one for now, and you get the same weakness exploit, just not as much attack. The Dober Greaves is what I use as my final piece, and this simply gives attack plus 2. That's it. It has a slot on it, which you can use for virtually anything at this point, because you'll have attack plus 7 from other abilities. And I run the critical charm, which is, well, it's only a level 1 charm. This is the only other way to gain critical boost plus 3. Apart from the Xeno'Jina claws and the Rathalos Soul Helm, they're the only 2 armor pieces that give critical boost, and critical charm gives another one. Unfortunately, Critical Charm is a very, very annoying thing to create, and I'll show you why. Not only do you need to get a rare ore from a tempered monster, but you also need to get several other very hard to get items, such as a Rathalos Ruby, Rathian Ruby, and a Xeno'Jina gem. The Dragon Corner is what I was saying, is what you get from tempered monsters. They're probably not as rare as I'm saying, but hey, you need one to get this set to what I'm doing. Now, I'd run, the entire set in general runs all of these skills. The Rathalos Mastery, so extra elemental damage. The attack boost for me is +5 right now, but as I mentioned, an extra 2 attack gems, which are more than easy to get, would give you attack +7, which I'm working my way towards right now. There's no need to get those really right now to show this video. Critical boost +3 with an extra 40% increase on critical hits, and weakness exploit +50. Mixed with that, here you have 55% affinity right off the bat. And I'd imagine that if you could, like I said, you could substitute these by here, but I'd imagine that if you mix this with a very high affinity dealing weapon, let's just see a few that I can create, you may be able to deal 70-80% affinity every hit. Not that I would ever say that that would be needed, but it would certainly be helpful on the other monsters, such as the Kushala or whatever. You could run it on potentially the Xeno'Jina weapon with an extra 15%. That gives you 70% affinity whenever you hit a weak point, which is just insane. You could use that. You could even run, if I wanted to, I could run the Autogaron weapon, which will give me an extra 20% increase, that's just insane. And you get 10% from that. So that's just the Insect Rod tree. I know all trees are different, but, like for argument's sake, the Greatsword tree, since Greatsword is a fairly popular weapon, you don't get an increased infinity from this, but, But, let's just test out some of the damage the weapon can do. So I'm going to go into into the training room. I'm going to show you some, the attack values, damage that I get from using this weapon. It doesn't look amazing because you're probably already insanely powerful at this point. But if I just go down there, I'll take off all my armor and I'll show a regular hit with my Insect Rod. And then I'll show that the same thing being done with the armor set on. And we'll see how much of a damage increase we truly get. And I know that it's around 60 damage, which is very high for an Insect Rod. I think it's very high for any weapon in general. So, we'll start with the weapon set, 'cause I'm lazy. So, check this on. Red. There we go. And let's just do my combo. So, you can see already that damage is insane. That one didn't actually get affinity. Wow, 55% chance didn't get it. And again, didn't get it again. Well, lucky it's not on my side. There we go, 160 damage. And that will go even further when you get attack plus another 2 attack gems. That'll probably do around 105 damage. 165 damage. And, tell you what, we'll try 2 weapons. I'll chuck on the Greatsword as well, with this armor set. And this isn't a fully upgraded Greatsword for the Nergs stuff, but hopefully I can get a crit. Yeah, 272 with just a normal attack, without any augmentations that's boosting me outside what my armor is. So, and I have another +2 on that, and mix that with an armor pill, or no, attack pill. God damn it, an attack pill and all that other stuff, and your damage output is gonna soar. I will point out, because I'm too lazy to remove it, this weapon does have 1 attack charm in it, which I really can't be bothered to remove. It's not that would reflect much on the actual data anyway. So, take this off, and let's have a look. So my Insect Rod still has its colors, so let's Okay, it's not doing his attack. Why isn't he doing his... That's not the combo you're supposed to use. There we go. So that's 97. So I think when I had everything on, that was 107, which is 10% with 10 damage increase, and I can't really get affinity with this weapon at all. So you're going from 97 to like 160, which is just insane, without, you know, any other way of boosting yourself, such as attack a demon drug or something. And with the great sword, we can deal around 184 damage, which I can't remember what I had before, but I think it was a lot higher than that. And this again isn't the fully upgraded one. So like I said, this set is fairly easy to make in terms of every individual piece. Very simple. Really need to change out some of my mantles though, but it's a good set. I quite like it. The only downside is this isn't fully upgraded yet. It's quite close. The defense isn't amazing, and that's about it. But then again, I would not recommend you take this on a tempered monster, simply because tempered monsters hit like hell and you want to not die. But hey, if you're good enough, you shouldn't get hit anyway. But on a regular monster, this thing should work wonders. And with my insect rod, an extra 60, 70 is nearly doubling what I'm doing anyway. And this shouldn't be too different for any other weapon type. Let me know your thoughts on the set and perhaps how you could improve it. It would be great to know. Anyway, hopefully my first mixed weapon set tutorial went down well and you enjoyed it. Let me know how I can improve upon these, since I'm really not used to making them.